Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the video. Today's video, can I work out with an inguinal hernia? But it's very important that you understand that I am not recommending to you to work out while you have a hernia if your doctor told you not to. The purpose of this video is for you to obtain tips if you yourself have decided to proceed against your doctor's recommendation of lifting while you have an inguinal hernia until you have your surgery. Check on all the snow that we had. Here's my coffee mug. And here's how much snow we had in 2 days, southwestern Ontario. That is crazy. So chances are you either have a hernia or you think you have a hernia. Your first step would be to get it diagnosed, find out what you have, find out what your prognosis is, how long it'll be till you see the surgeon, how long it'll be till you have your surgery, how long recovery is. So the short answer is you should not work out with an inguinal hernia, unless your doctor has told you otherwise. While I never condone going against what a medical professional says, ideally, you're going to want to listen to your medical professional. I was diagnosed with inguinal hernia back May of 2022. Snowplow going down the street. So when I was diagnosed with my hernia, and I didn't like the fact that I can only lift 25 pounds, and chances are you received some kind of notice too, or some kind of instruction from your medical professional that gave you your diagnosis, that you have a certain weight limit, you can't lift heavy, so on and so forth. The chances are you did the same thing that I did. You went to YouTube, looked up, can I work out with an inguinal hernia? I came up with a game plan. I'm here today to tell you what I did. My tips aren't in any order. So the first tip I want to give you, work out with extreme caution. As you work out, over time, you will notice that your hernia is getting bigger. Happened to me. That's why you have to exercise extreme caution, because your hernia will likely get bigger. And when your hernia gets bigger, the chances of your internal organs popping over that hernia and getting strangulated increases. Do not push yourself hard at all. If you push yourself too hard, you're putting too much pressure on your abdomen, which is putting too much pressure on your hernia. Reduce intensity, which also includes reducing your weight that you're using, but also you need to reduce the amount of effort you're using to move that weight. You'll also need to reduce your volume, because the idea is to try to maintain what you have, not the time to bulk. You've got to maintain what you have till your surgery. Then once you're healed, you're recovered, you've reintroduced yourself into your exercise plan, then you can go back into building muscle instead of maintaining muscle. I took the opportunity almost a year to really focus on my mind-muscle connection, really work the muscles for that movement pattern, master the movement, master the lengthening and the contraction of those muscles during that time period. My next tip is that progressive overload will look much different. You're going to have to lessen the weight. So you're going to use significantly less weight than you were using prior to your diagnosis. And very slowly either increase the weights or increase the reps, or very slowly increase your volume. I was diagnosed. This is the plan that I used. I was able to maintain muscle mass. You mainly continue to work out to keep your routine alive. Keep the routine going, because you need to fall back on that routine after you're recovered, after your surgery. I mentioned outside that now is not the time to try to bulk up. use it as a cut. My next tip is to really focus on your breathing. Really focus on inhaling and exhaling and not holding your breath. I myself caught myself holding my breath, too much abdominal pressure, nowhere for it to go. So focus on proper breathing while you're lifting. Proper inhaling, proper exhaling. Another tip I have is really pick the right exercises. It's very hard to pick exercises where you're not feeling, where you don't feel the pressure in your abdomen. It's very hard. That's why you gotta lessen the weight. Almost every exercise you do, there's some kind of abdominal pressure, whether it's an overhead press, whether it's a pull up, pull down, push up, chest press, what have you. There's generally some kind of abdomen pressure. Try to minimize that. Another tip here is utilize drop sets, rest pauses, whatever you have to do to get your time under tension. And then my last tip for the day, feel free to pick up a hernia belt. Speaking of hernia belts, so I picked this one up. It's a 10 bun. I bought it from Amazon. I actually have an affiliate link in the description below. I'll get a small commission if you make a purchase. It's fully adjustable. The pads on the inside come out. This brand name is not sponsoring the video. Even if you only have one inguinal hernia on one side, I still used both pads just to kind of even out how this hernia belt fits. I didn't think it would feel very comfortable if I had one pad in over the hernia and then the other side didn't have a pad at all. I kind of wanted it to look and feel in unison. But I myself, when I looked down after putting my hernia belt on under my pants, you can see that your pants obviously stick out a bit because the pads are almost an inch thick. But no one ever said anything to me about me wearing a hernia belt in almost a year of wearing this. I bought this in May of 2022, and I had my hernia repair done in January of 2023. And I was wearing this. I chose a size while purchasing this belt that would offer me a snug fit to provide me the additional support I was looking for. But generally speaking, I really just wore this at work. I'm pretty active at work, so I wanted to make sure I had enough support for my hernia. But if you guys are looking at working out while you have your hernia, you know, my last tip would be to get yourself a hernia belt to offer yourself more support. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Until next time, be your best self.